KSHB 41 I-Team reporter Sarah Plake obtained 2 documents that detail concerns about the state of the Indian Mission and why the tribe says they're a better fit to see it into the future.
The Shawnee tribe released 2 documents that they say back up their concerns about the state of the Shawnee Indian Mission in Fairway, just as they announced their wishes to take over management of the historical site.
The potential to create a spotlight, a national, international, North American spotlight on how we can do the job right and having discussions and conversations about boarding schools, as well as finding a vehicle for preservation for the site.
One document is an assessment report from a historic architecture firm, and the other is a letter from the National Trust for Historic Preservation. Both detail the need for serious repairs to the 3 buildings within the next year and concerns about cultural preservation. In its letter to the Kansas Historical Society, which owns the site, the National Trust said any plans to move forward with improvements should be done in conjunction with the Shawnee tribe. It went on to say that the trust supports a, quote, transition to a new stewardship and governance structure that prioritizes formal roles for the Shawnee tribe. Chief Barnes says he's still waiting for these conversations to happen with the state.
Because this site is very important. It's very important for Kansans. I know the citizens of Fairway feel very strongly about the site, and the Shawnee feel very strongly about the site. The site needs to be preserved. It needs to be maintained. I want to see it survive for another 150 years.
The report estimates all necessary repairs will cost between $6.6 million and $13 million. Barnes said they could seek out that funding themselves.
Ideally, I would love to use anyone's money to help preserve the site. If we have to, we use our own. The fact, it doesn't change the fact that we can be one of the best partners for Fairway and Kansas in managing this site.
In a statement to KSHB 41 News, the Kansas Historical Society says they recently replaced an HVAC system and they're planning to replace the roofs in the next 5 years. Chief Barnes says he has a more comprehensive plan in mind that includes a more robust presentation on the site's true history, specifically pointing to the photos at the museum.
The photo that's on display there does not match the condition of the children that attended that place. It creates a false impression of how that was. This is our history. We're part of that tapestry. And the presentation as it exists now actually divorces the Shawnee people from Kansas history.
Moving forward, the Shawnee tribe plans to commission 2 more reports so they can get an even clearer picture on how to properly preserve the Shawnee Indian Mission. The city of Fairway and the state say they support that. I'm Sarah Plake, KSHB 41 News.